This episode is brought to you by Adele Gomez of eXp Realty. Adele is a wife, mother, educator, and veteran. She wants to help you find your new dream home. Contact Adele at 210-478-9280. And remember, don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, let's cheers.
You should have told me because I could have bought mine that's the same color. Well,
A pink.
A little darker pink.
Ooh, that's yummy.
Have you ever tried it before?
Prosecco with that.
Are they mad at me?
Probably mad at everyone for being here. Man, did you see that lady that kept her stepson captive for like 20 years?
Was that... Where did I see that at?
Like, she kept him locked up in that house for 20 years.
Where did I see that?
It's been all over the news. I don't know where it happened at.
I saw it like on TV or something.
Yeah.
I think I saw that this morning. Or somewhere in between this morning and last night. Because I know I saw it. Because she has like a short haircut or something.
Uh-huh.
It was just like her face was on the screen and they had like the house in the background. And it said something about, was it her stepson?
Yeah.
It said something about she had her stepson trapped inside the house for 20 years or something like that. But then that's all it said. So I was like, was that true or is it like, what is it talking about?
True. He set a fire.
Yes, with the hand sanitizer.
Oh, I didn't know what he said, but he had
hand sanitizer and napkins. That's how he said.
That was smart.
Well, I had a kid that did that.
That was smart of him.
But he warmed it?
I don't know. Unless he had a lighter from the stove or something.
Well, it depends on, I guess she was dumb to have him in the kitchen. Like if she was going to lock him up, she would locked him up like in a room where he couldn't get out, no windows or anything, you know?
And he was skinny, like super skinny, hadn't been fed.
I want to say it said that she fed him some food, but not a lot.
Yeah, and he had bruises, he'd been abused. Like, oh.
And where was he getting the hand sanitizer from?
I don't know.
Because if he had, like...
But he set that fire and then was like, told the EMS people, get me out of here. Go ask that guy if he has a rat in his hat that does all the cooking for him.
I thought you were saying there's somebody around here, Ratatouille. What do they have over there?
That's a restaurant.
These people right here in the front?
Oh, this is San Antonio Botanical Gardens. How cute. They always have something set up. It's always something going on over here. I think so, yeah. They're like, we'll give you a shout out. I'm like, it's perfect but it's better in the summertime, I feel like, especially at night. Christmas.
Oh, because the lights are all lit.
Yeah, at Christmas they do Christmas stuff, but it's not that. I don't know.
It kind of reminds me of the part of Vegas that we were walking down on, but of course there's more tourists and stuff there, and like all the shops and stuff were open, so it was a lot more busy. It's just kind of like chill, laid back.
Yeah.
Where I wouldn't want it to be as busy, but then.
But you know, like
it's still early too.
Like Hotel Emma, like Drake stayed there, Adam Sandler stayed there.
I would like to see Adam Sandler. He reminds me of Adam Sandler.
Who?
Ruben. He does.
Why? Because he's goofy as hell.
Well, no, and then like the way that they look.
Yeah, okay, I can see
like the
that.
nose and the eyes,
Yeah.
and then the goofiness too.
So let's start. We are at the Pearl, and the Pearl is located right before you start hitting like the downtown area, which is off of 281 South, right before you hit 35. And before Hotel Emma, which is right behind you, it was the source of the Pearl Brewing Company. So it started off as an American brewery established in 1881
Yeah, not too long ago.
by J.B. Beloradaski Brewery. Beloradaski, who arrived in San Antonio, opened his city brewery, which began producing a lager beer. I'm not a big lager person. The company would go on and be sold to new investors and moguls in 1886, which included Otto Koehler, who took control of the brewery and started a new charter as the San Antonio Brewing Association. So that's what's up there right now on like the side of that building. It says San Antonio Brewing Association.
Okay.
The name of the Pearl originated from the look of the beer itself, which was formulated from a Kaiser Beck brewery in Germany, and the brewmaster said that the foaming bubbles resembled sparkling pearls. Hint, the pearl.
I'm not gonna say what I was thinking. Nope.
And I had no idea that's what it was even for. I had no idea.
I didn't either.
And everyone just calls it the pearl, the pearl, the pearl, the pearl. And I don't think anybody knows.
Well, it's on like the label where you would think it's like a beer,
Right.
which it is, but it's not the beer. It's the image of the
It's the image of the beer.
bubbles.
The bubbles. So under Otto Koehler leadership, the brewery was in motion to increase its size and output of beer production. Within a few years, that was in fact the case, with SA Brewing Company becoming the largest Texas brewery. So statistics state it went from 6,000 barrels a year to over 100,000 barrels a year.
From 6,000 to 100,000.
I mean, I guess back in the day, everyone drank beer. I don't really, right? Beer and water. It wasn't like we had all these
Well,
sodas and
only
stuff.
one person was able to do the water into wine, so the other option was beer. Man couldn't figure out how to get the wine, so he made beer.
And you know, as Texans like our beer. Koehler remained president until his death in 1914, but we'll get back to that. So shortly after that, the Prohibition era hit the United States from 1920 to 1933. And the Prohibition era was marked by a nationwide constitutional ban on the sale, production, and importation and transportation of all alcoholic beverages.
A ban.
Remember the Prohibition era? And it was like,
I wasn't around in 1914. I didn't even remember.
remember we were there. We were dying because we couldn't get our alcohol. Because
I was making the moonshine.
all those
that was
evangelists and people were like, we need to stop drinking. Our country's going to shit.
good. And so much has changed since then.
Well, that only lasted about 10 years. And then, of course, yes, you had all the illegal moonshiners and his wife, Emma Koehler, she succeeded him as the chief executive of the SA Brewing Association when he passed away. And so even though the Prohibition had shut down the brewery, Emma worked to keep the company working as a whole, including bottling soft drinks, ice and ice cream business, a sign company, laundry services. So she was able to help keep over 100 employees and keep their jobs when
Emma
the
was doing
Prohibition.
the thing.
I know. Emma
Go,
Koehler, like, she was a hustler. So when the Prohibition ended in 1933, literally 1 minute after midnight, the trucks loaded up and started dispersing the beer again. And there's pictures online of, like, you can see this trail of, like, horses and carriages loading up with all the barrels. I'm like, not even, like, at midnight, like, 12:01.
They used the sundial.
So the name change did not come until 1952 when SA Brewery Company was often misconstrued as being related to other brewing companies in San Antonio. So to distinguish their own beer brand, the name was changed to the Pearl Brewery.
Fancy.
Okay, so we'll come back to Emma Koehler in a little bit. So let's go back to Otto Koehler and his ultimate demise. So Otto Koehler and Emma were happily married in 1882 in St. Louis. Otto was from Germany, Emma was from St. Louis. The two would set their sights on San Antonio. With Otto's background in beer brewing, they felt it was the perfect place to start their new lives. In 1910, though, tragedy would strike when Emma was injured in a car accident. This accident led to Emma needing assistance with daily care, ultimately leading to the Koehlers hiring a live-in nurse. So, back in the days, the cars were not that well.
No.
So every time,
the Ford?
even when it was a little accident, it was bad, I guess. So she ended up needing a lot of help. So the nurse who they found during a trip to Germany just happened to be named Emma Dumke. But her nickname was Emmy. So Emmy was a young, attractive woman, which ultimately sparked an affair between her and Mr. Koehler. So he is married to Emma and is now having an affair with the nurse, Emmy.
Just taking care of her.
Yes.
You're supposed to keep it in the family, not like that.
As that affair was going hot, Nurse Emma casually introduced Otto to her friend, which was named Emma Hedda Burgemeister. So in the newspaper, she's referred to as Hedda, but I'm just going to call her Emma number 3. She was a tall, beautiful blonde who was also a nurse. At first, the women enjoyed being the friend of a big brewer like Otto.
Safe to say Otto has a type. At least a name.
I think it's a name
type.
Is it a name type? Can you have a name type?
He does.
I only date Michaels. Otto is a type.
He was a first little gigolo. He's like, I'm gonna get all my ladies with the same names. They won't know.
Okay, so Otto made the decision to bring Emma number 3 on as well to help as a nurse with his wife Emma at their home. So he has his wife Emma, he has Emma Dumke or Emmy, and now he has Emma B, all in one house. And it wouldn't be long before Otto started a love affair with Emma B. So the love affair triangle became even more messy. So to keep the ladies close and keep the sneaky link sneaky, he bought Emma B and Emma D a little cottage on Hunstuck Avenue.
Come here, baby. Let me put you up in a house.
Yep, both of them.
Oh, wow.
Which is down 37 South, right past the Alamo Dome. And even though they were not caring for his wife anymore, he was paying them a weekly stipend, and they got to stay at the cottage. And I guess they worked it out amongst their schedules of when to be home and when to not be home, and who was going to be there with Otto. And if Otto's there with Emma B, you got to go, and the other Emma will come. And
so TLC ain't got nothing to do with the talking about. Was it Housewives? What is it called? With the multiple wives?
Sister Wives?
Sister Wives. There we go. They thought they came up with something new. Otto's like, look, let me show you how it's done.
So this was during the Great Depression. So you have to remember, these ladies were probably trying to secure their money. Really, right?
Were they on the poster board? Like this?
So this crazy threesome affair would continue on for the next 4 years. But like anything else, all good things must come to an end. And it came to an abrupt end when in late 1914, Emma Dumke told Otto that she was engaged to be married to another man.
Oh.
Otto was taken back by this announcement, and feeling like his love affairs were slipping away, he made a dramatic decision to propose to Emma B, or Emma number 3. Although flattered, Emma B ultimately turned down Otto's proposal. Otto did not take this very well, and although he was legally still married to Emma, his wife, he was persistent on getting engaged to Emma B. And this was not reciprocated by Emma B at all, and the relationship between them turned more sour.
It's like, I'm willing to lose one of the three, but not two of the three. I got to keep my numbers up.
I'm like, you're still married. Don't go propose to somebody when you're still.
But what's he going to do at the houses if he loses all the women?
So, in his last desperate attempt on November 12, 1914, Otto went to the cottage of the Emmas and tried to reason with Emma B. But instead, Emma B would later state that she felt threatened at Otto's actions. Barging into the home, confronting the woman, it was reported that Emmy, had already moved out of the house and was set to marry the man from St. Louis. When Otto went to go speak with Emma B, words were exchanged, and Emma B would pull out her .32 revolver and shoot Otto Koehler 3 times, once in the face, one in the neck, and one in the heart.
One for each Emma.
A neighbor would hear the shots and come to find Koehler shot dead, and Emma B with a self-inflicted gash to her wrist.
Is this where they get G-spots from? The gun spots? That's where she shot him
Maybe
at?
that's why she did that. Yeah. One of them.
I know your wife likes to kiss you here. I like to kiss you here, but we're going to get you for the heart for all 3 of us.
So she would go in to tell police that it was all done in self-defense, and if Otto died, she wanted to go with him. So she broke the glass and tried to slit her wrist after she shot him.
This isn't Romeo and Juliet.
I know, right? Like, bitch, you already shot him.
He wanted to marry you. You didn't want to.
And now you want to go be with him in the afterlife?
If God's going to have you, I want God to have me too. I don't know about that. Emma was insane.
Ultimately, the police did end up charging Emma B with murder, and the newspaper headlines read, "Nurse held in murder of wealthy man," with many newspapers describing Otto as the richest man in the southern U.S., and Emma B as this lonely single nurse that was caught in a love affair. It was a really scandalous story at the time.
I bet.
Otto Koehler would be buried in Mission Burial Park South Cemetery, with his memorial being the biggest one in the cemetery.
Did you go look at it?
I haven't, but I know where it's at. I want to go look at it.
It may not be the biggest now.
So before she could take trial, Emma B thought she would be admirable and skipped town to Europe to nurse World War I soldiers. So World War I had actually just started the past summer in 1914. So she jumped ship and went over there. She ultimately told her lawyer that she would return, but she wanted a fair trial. In 1917, she made her way back here to San Antonio, and her trial would start up in January 1918. Both the Emmas would take the stand to tell their story of their love affairs and other details of the years-long relationships they had with Otto.
So they put him on blast.
All his business is out there for everyone to know. And it doesn't talk about the wife, Emma, ever being at, doesn't talk about her being in the court or testifying or anything like that. So I think it was just mostly focused on the affairs.
Her name was on everything. She didn't have to fight.
Well, and I would be like,
because
he did that to himself.
She expanded the business after all.
Mm-hmm.
So her name was on all that stuff. So that was hers.
She probably didn't want to have any part of that. Emma B would take the stand and share her story of the fateful day, all while claiming that she feared for her life and wanted to protect Emma D from Otto. That he was a crazed man upset over ending of the extramarital affairs, and Emma B did not want to marry him.
But she wasn't scared during the affairs.
Oh no, she was out there probably spending his money, having a grand old time. The all-man jury, because remember back in the day it was all men, all white men, would go in and find Emma Hedda Burgemeister not guilty.
Who should know in the jury?
It gets better. All believing her self-defense story. So they believed her when she said Otto came in He was acting crazy. I had to get my revolver out and shoot him 3 times.
Because she always had the revolver all the time.
Many women in the audience during the trial wept openly and excited when the verdict was read. Emma B. was a free woman, and she would move on with her life. In fact, within the next year, she would end up marrying a juror from the trial. So juror number 5 fell in love with Emma B.
a mile away.
On the stand.
While she was giving her testimony, I just saw this lady that was just in despair.
I need
damsel
to
in
fix
distress.
her.
I needed to help her.
I need to fix her.
We kept in contact after she got rid of the revolver.
They would go on and be married, having a successful home and businesses. Emma Hedda Bergmeister died in 1949. Emma Dumke married her husband from St. Louis, but not much is known of her after the trial. As for Emma Koehler, her legacy would not be tainted by her husband's extramarital affairs, and she would go on to make a name for herself. After his death, of course, she took over the company, ran it successful. Even though she would never see Hotel Emma herself, her name would forever leave a mark on the city. She would step down and hand over the business to her nephew, but Emma worked closely with the success of the brewery until she passed in 1943. She left a deed for the city of what is now known as Koehler Park for the citizens to enjoy. She would be buried next to her husband in the Mission Burial Park South.
So I'm going to get you in the end.
I'm going to get you forever is what I'd be saying.
You're going to be rolling in your grave now because I know what you did.
The Pearl Brewery Company would be bought out by Pabst Brewery, but ultimately would shut down the brewery in 2000. Then an investment company, Silver Ventures, would purchase the land and 23 acres surrounding the brewery, as we know now as the Pearl. So they bought this area, and then I guess they bought all this other area that's been added on to now.
Are we sure that the hotel is in her name?
Oh, I'd be pissed if it wasn't.
I mean...
No, they named it after her. Or one of the Emmas. Hey, choose one.
I mean, it could be all 3. I mean, underneath it all, it could be named after him.
And technically, I'm not saying those women deserve something, but I'm saying, like, Otto Koehler knew what he was doing.
I think it was named after him, and his death is because of the Emmas. He wronged his wife, and then the other 2 Emmas took him out.
Yeah.
So it's just named Emma. I mean, you know, some people, how they make their E's, can look like a 3. I'm just saying.
Hotel Emma was constructed around the already standing Old Pearl Brewery, which is this right here, and opened its doors in 2012. It has become one of the most sought out hotels in San Antonio and has been featured in various traveling magazines, videos, and is well known in the tourist industry. The hotel itself boasts vibes of the 20s era design, but has been updated to sophistication to it, and its hospitality is top notch. The Pearl would see beer brewing again when Southerly Fine Food and Brewery, which is pretty amazing food, opened up. The Pearl and Hotel Emma are becoming a very major staple in this city, and although the future is bright, the history that brought it to us is nothing short of passion.
That's how it is in San Antonio. Its women are very passionate. It was automatic for him, huh? Wow.
So that's the story of the Pearl Brewery and all the Emmas.
Thank you for listening to our story today. And remember, True 10 is brought to you by you, our listeners and supporters. You can follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and join us on Facebook. And remember, stay safe, San Antonio.